I'm starting 2.5 minutes early. I never do that. Why? God, I feel like it. How's everybody doing? Lavon's here. Edie's here. Hello, everybody. As Edie says, hit that like button. God damn it, hit that like button. Let's do it. Let's talk about this. Let's have a good time for as long as we possibly can. It's interesting. I did 2 shifts, as it were. Saturday morning, 2 to 6. Sunday morning, 2 to 5. That was this morning, 2 to 5. And then 5 to 6 this afternoon. It is so weird to be back in a radio station. It's just it's a good group of people. And I was with 2 young guys today, Eric and Jonas. And both of them they're both in college, and both of them are studying radio and, broadcasting. And I thought to myself, please do it. Let me tell you something about this. And it never occurred to me. By the way, I don't listen to radio because for the most part, I mean, there's some stuff here and there, but I will tell you something which I noticed today. AM radio, you cannot drop you can't curse. But on platforms, you can. But on AM radio, there's no algorithms. There's nobody saying you talked about a health fact that we don't recognize, or you spoke hate speech, or you I don't know what I don't even know what you want to call it. We don't have algorithms. We don't have AI bots and people watching what you're saying and demonetizing you and shelving you and you can't write good, like Sparky, who comes in, he can't even write good. He has to write doog. What the hell is that all about? So yeah, this is good. This is the future and everything, but this is just, oh my God. So it's weird. You don't get that. You can say pretty much whatever you want, with the exception of cursing, which I don't think it's a, I mean, F-bombs. I don't think that's critical. I mean, it's fun, sort of, but I don't think isn't that interesting? Isn't that odd? You never thought about that. So let's talk about everything, by the way, my friends. Let me remind you to please like this video. And thank you for your support. I appreciate it. All of the veritable endless, the endless funds and rewards, the super chats and the monies. It's just absolutely, I mean, it's incredible. But I thank you for that. Let's start off with a couple of things. Douglas Murray. Is he not the biggest pain in the ass? Don't you want to just go up and say, I don't want to say slap somebody. That sounds like that's just an expression. Don't you hate Douglas Murray? Who is this sniveling twit? This, oh my God. This I don't want to say, you got to worry about saying things. I cannot stand him. Have you noticed that? Is it me? Is it me or what? Is it me? This thing about him and Smith or whatever about, I mean, I'm so goddamn tired of this. The whole notion, the whole discussion about Israel and Palestine. It's not even moving. But he is the worst. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what you're saying? Pauline says, just asking. Recently you said radio was a bygone media. Has your opinion changed? Did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said? Did you? Do I have to repeat this again? Because I don't want to repeat it again. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? You didn't hear what I said, did you? I'm not going to repeat what I said. Is that interesting? I just said just what the whole thing about AI and bots and this and that and that. Did you hear what I said? No. Did you hear what I said? No. This is what I love about people. They don't listen to what I'm saying. So what am I saying? What am I even talking about? And somebody said, well, you just said, I just said it. Did you hear what I said? No, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care. If you listen, you don't have to listen. It's a free country. Enjoy yourself. But I just already talked about that. This is the thing I don't understand. Recently there was a whole bunch of people who have noticed. Let me try it this way. Recently there's a whole bunch of young folks who discovered The Sopranos for the first time. The reason why they discovered The Sopranos wasn't because, oh, hey, cable news, cable. It's the fact that, can you really say this? And this is 20-something years old. Because there's no such thing. There's nothing like the Sopranos on regular TV, on regular shows. The violence, the cursing, the racism. So is it a return to cable? No, maybe, sort of. But what it is it's an appreciation for the way it was. AM radio, AM talk, in some cases, some of the stuff I just can't listen to. It was just boring. I got news for you. You know what bores the hell out of me? 90% of everything you hear on news platforms on YouTube, all the news bores me. I can't listen to it. So is YouTube over? No. There are some I listen to, some I like. There's no way they can fit on an AM format because they can't go 3 hours without a commercial. But half of this stuff is just boring. Ben Shapiro, Tim Pool, the usual suspects. This guy Benny Johnson, so boring, and then sometimes I listen. It's like it doesn't, So is that dead to me? It's kind of the same thing. There's just a lot of it, and it's free, and there's no commercials. I am so. I was listening to. I thought, my God, there's so many people. All they care about are steroids. Another group of people, all they care about is organized crime. And this Israel discussion is so insufferable. It's so horrible. It is so. And the idea is just, did you see Douglas Murray? What a jerk he was. Boy, that Smith just tore him. Now, let me try this very carefully. Is there anybody who needs any more discussion, any more things that you have to figure out regarding Israel, Palestine, Gaza, and the like? Anybody? Is there anybody here? Listen to what I'm saying. Do you listen to what? Let's listen to me. Is there anything that you want to hear more about this? Anything new? Anything? I love this one. This is the best one ever. Winston says, who was Douglas Murray? There you go. What is this, Jeopardy? It's unbelievable. It's the same stuff over and over and I have hit saturation point. Some of the best people. And Christian Zionism and Zionism is occurs, and anti-Semitism, Zionism, and that because of the Nakba, and of course of the Balfour Declaration, and because of the problem of this, and they're killing people, and that's Hamas on October the 7th. It's really the public, but what Hamas is doing is what they want to do because they're actually incorporating the war, and the war effort, they're the ones responsible for the war, but it's not the war. In fact, the Bibi Netanyahu, and this is Zionism, because he's on the attack, and actually, it's what it sounds like to me. It's the same thing. Would somebody come up with something new, and does anything happen from this? No. Well, he's AIPAC. He's realizing, well, Douglas Murphy said, well, that's a problem with that because they came along with that. You know what I mean? Does this make any sense? Does this make the most sense? Do you? Missing says, Douglas Murray is the most talented debater. Are you kidding me? You're kidding me, right? He's a hack. I know they gave him the instruction to say he's not a debater. Murray, another person with an English accent that everyone thinks is why philosophical answer is wrong. Yes, you're right, because he does speak with the Anglophiles. I could do Douglas Murray in my sleep. You know that, right? You do know that. You do know that. And I'm not saying anybody's right or wrong. I mean, I'll let you say that, but he's repeating the same thing. He's repeating the Israel angle, and it's not the AIPAC angle. It's the Netanyahu angle, and that's it. It's boring. I've got it. Let's move. Is there anything new we can do about it? It's sad. It's terrible. You can talk about it all you want. Every single Katie Halper did a wonderful thing. That, oh my gosh, she did one of the best pieces ever. It's completely useless. Nobody's even listening to it. Nobody's listening to it. It's a waste of time. And the thing about it, though, is that where we've already taken sides. Does it bother you at all that your particular ideology doesn't make any sense, or that nobody's paying any attention to it? Does that mean anything to you? Does it? Does that mean anything to you? Well, I'll tell you what I think is important. Are you drowning in debt, struggling with credit cards or medical bills or personal loans? Well, you're not alone. There's help, real help available right now. National Debt Relief is one of the top-rated debt relief companies in America, helping thousands of individuals like you break free from overwhelming financial burdens. For anyone owing over $10,000, National Debt Relief may be able to reduce that debt by up to half or even more. No bankruptcy, no new loans, just a smarter, faster way to financial freedom. Here's how it works. Step 1, you submit the form at No Debt with Lionel. Just go there right now. Step 2, a representative will call within minutes to discuss personalized options. In step 3, they'll create an affordable plan tailored to your individual budget and timeline. Many clients become debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months, paying less than they owe and avoiding years of stress and interest. And the consultation is completely free with no obligation. So what are you waiting for? Why keep dodging calls and watching interest stack up? So go right now to NoDebtWithLionel.com. That's NoDebtWithLionel.com. This could be the turning point, the step toward peace of mind, control, and a fresh start. NoDebtWithLionel.com. Go now. Another story I heard today, I mentioned this. Ann Coulter did a piece where she showed the picture of Sean Johnson. This is the Navy SEAL, the Black Navy SEAL, who was the pilot in that terrible crash. Oh, by the way, I saw there was a piece. A guy had almost like 1.5 million subscribers. He's a pilot. And he sits and he wears his pilot outfit with his tie, little chevrons. He has like a lanyard. I don't know what company or whatever, but it's called Pilot Steve. And he basically put this thing together and he said nothing. Learned absolutely nothing. Nothing. He said, well, I'm a pilot. And he came up the Hudson River. Come there. Yeah. Well, and then right around Jersey City, there was something catastrophic. Well, I knew that, but what happened? Well, I don't know what happened, but it's just like Kennedy assassination experts. They don't tell you anything. They know a lot about nothing. Well, it really wasn't a Manica Carcano. It was a Mauser. Well, they said it was a Mauser, but then later on they said it was Manica Carcano. And the thing is that Jack Rubenstein, actually, he was, of course, he was, because the world probably was, and the problem was that it was Lloyd, who was Marina Oswald's cousin, who knew Tippett. And Tippett was the one who actually was the podiatrist of the landlady. And that's why Angleton knew this, and FBI, and there was a memo from J. Edgar Hoover that said well, who shot him? I don't know who shot him. I know this other story. So they don't tell you anything. But everybody said there's something catastrophic happened. What happened to the rotor? And now they're saying, well, it was, Siemens, the fellow who died, the Spanish fellow, he had something to do with Israel or Jews or something. Listen, let me explain something to you. I don't know if this is anti-Semitism per se, if it's about Judaism. But there are people who absolutely love anything they can say. And Milei, from Argentina, his grandfather was a Jew and has the same name as Ben Netanyahu, and he's a Jew. And now you know. Now we understand. Aha. And they love this because they believe, and whether it's true or not, but they love to say there is a Jewish, Israeli, or I don't want to say Zionist, but a conspiracy from Rothschild all the way down, and everything is connected. And they'll say, aha. And then Ann Coulter said the reason why, she said, why do you think it's taking so long for us to know that the pilot was black. It was the next day. It was like they were just putting together this stuff, and she said, So I guess she's saying, is this DEI? You see, here's what I'm trying to tell you. The thing about, and this is one thing, the thing about the internet, which is interesting, is they give you this, there are these people who just sit back and they love to just talk about things that are just, there is no connection. They just love it. And they will say, don't you understand something? Seamlessly, is because it's, and they're Jewish. And not only that, it's Israel. And don't forget the dancing Israelis on 9/11. And I'm saying, look, would you take this through? You keep giving me these little morsels, these little tidbits. What are you saying? What about the Jews? What about them? I don't know about anything Israel, but you watch. That's what it's all about. So I'm not saying it's anti-Semitism. I've got a friend of mine. He just does everything is Israel. And it's not, he doesn't hate anybody. Israel to him is like, France, or it's just a country. But there is such a focus. Dear God, it's unrelenting. And I want to say, it's like I have a friend of mine another one, who is Armenian, and he talks about, what about the genocide with 1905 with the Turkish genocide? I said, nobody's talking about that. Ever since the genocide in 1905. And that's why people like Jake Yogurt and the Kardashians and the problem with the Armenian. I said, nobody's talking about the Armenian genocide. Nobody. But you don't understand. I said, no, you don't understand. You're talking about something, and you haven't accomplished nothing. Nobody knows about this. Nobody cares about this. Nobody is talking about this. How much longer? What are you going to do? President Trump is not going to turn his back on Bibi Netanyahu. There is nobody is using the word genocide in this country. Now you got to figure out a new way. I know you know it, and I know based upon the evidence, there is a case to be made. That's not the point. The point is, what do you think is going to happen? Douglas Murray his argument is so simple. It's the same argument. You start with October the 7th, you say, well, they asked for it. They asked for it. Israel doesn't go out of its way to kill or bomb anybody. They're doing this. This is self-defense. This isn't genocide. This is war. Did we commit genocide? And then the Smith guy says, don't you understand? You're going after babies and you're killing people. And Smith says, yeah, you don't understand. This is war. What do you want? Yes, it's terrible, but that's what they wanted. You see, on October the 7th, quit talking about October the 7th. And then they're drawing Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan, he didn't do this. And then you got Portnoy, the dumbest man on the face of the earth. Forget his money. He's at this UFC thing, and he's got a yarmulke or a kippah and an Israeli flag, and they're reducing this to this most simplistic, however. So the argument has just been lost. Thank you, not YouTube, but thank you, internet, and thank you, platforming. We're not going anywhere. That thing has been killed. You hear more. You hear. I mean, we have been saturated. See what you talk about the difference between this and AM. Candace Owens has still got this hard on, pardon my French, literally, for Brigitte Macron. Candace, what do you want? What do you want? Why are you fixated so much? Is there something we should know? Why do you keep talking about Macron's wife? What do you want her to do? Well, she was born. And this boy, and where is he now? Well, he's disappeared. I don't know. And they said, here's a picture of him. This is his daughter. You see, the reason why Candace Owens hates this is because she hates imposters, because she's an imposter. Do you not understand what's going on? Do you not understand? She does protest too much. She hates the people she is hiding behind everybody. She's been not an imposter, but she's trying her best. She was with Kanye for a while. Then she wasn't. And then she was this. And then she was that. She's trying. She's found her. She's finally landed on her flower. She's the bee. And she's taking on people. What are you, Brigitte Macron? So what? And now at the last minute, Candace Owens says, and I think this is genocide. Thank you. You're only, what, how late are you right now? Now you're joining in on the fun? Because she's trying to say, I'm somebody, I'm an independent thinker. Everything you're thinking, you just love to stir up this shit, and you love to talk about stuff that nobody else, it's not even important. Brigitte Macron? Huh? So let me ask you, do you think that's important? What have we learned from that? What have we learned? How are we better? What is happening regarding the prosecuting the claims of and the allegations of genocide and ethnic cleansing and apartheid in Israel? Anything? Nothing. They've ignored the ICC and the ICJ. What's happening? Do you find this interesting? I mean, I understand it. Where are you going with this? What's happening with this? Nothing. It's like tariffs. Do you understand what's happening with tariffs? No. You don't know the first thing about it. You have this idea that, well, maybe, and I'm not saying you, but most people, well, China, I don't know. How do the tariffs work? I don't know. China, they got the China. Hate the China with the cheap shit you got to buy with the China. And MAGA. Okay, great. So do me a favor. Like most people, sit back, stay out of the way, stay out of their lane, and let President Trump do what he wants. Because number one, you don't understand what's going on. Number two, you can't do anything about it. Same thing with Israel. So find something at least maybe that we could, because we love to just come on and say things. And by the way, let me also tell you something. It is so great to see, I hope. In fact, this afternoon, we're talking to somebody. I told you, AM radio, for the most part, I don't really listen to it. Soul comes in there. Here comes Soul. Soul says all countries are going to make deals and cave to the tariffs because they want to continue to service the largest consumer economy in the world. Watch. I think you're right. Freddie Haddad Jr., by the way, gifted 10 Lionel Nation memberships. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much for that. I think eventually it's going to happen. How many of you watch Saturday Night Live? None. I didn't either. But I watched this one thing. Why do I watch it? Because this is the official mouthpiece of the left. And what they were able to say was basically nothing. They still can't articulate anything about Trump. They don't know what Trump's doing. They don't know what Trump's doing. They don't know what Trump is doing. So they just hate him and they have nothing. So the good news is we're looking terrific. But the thing that scares me are midterms. If you think those rat bastards are going to sit back and let this thing happen. Number two, do you know anybody who has been found guilty? No. Any Democrats who've been charged? No. Anybody going to jail? No. This afternoon, I read a list of all the Democrats, of all the Republicans who've been charged. The list is seemingly endless. What the hell's going on here? What the hell is going on here? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I ask you this. So, what we got to be talking about is, as far as the tariffs go ahead and complain all you want. What are you going to do? Wave a flag, do whatever you want. Yeah, we're going to win. That's number one. Number two, and this is the most important thing in the world. This is the most important thing in the world. This is the most critical. This is more critical than anything else that I can possibly imagine for you. If we don't have we need 3 cycles, 2024, 26 in midterms, and 28. That's when things will change. We've got to go. It's like getting it out of your system. When you eat something today, you will see it. You will see the results of this being excreted not tomorrow, but maybe later on. But it has to make its transit. That's what we're doing right now. Any changes that we do to our election diet has to be made like this. That's what we're talking about. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a midterms. Who's the bench? What are we going to do? Where are we going to go? Where are we going? Who's helping Scott Pressler? Who's looking at these? Who is servicing the Amish and the black folk in the Bronx and the like? Now, you and I can talk about this nonsense about Israel all day long, or JFK, or whatever it is, and Kash Patel's running around. I don't know if Kash Patel knows what he's doing, or Bongino, or anybody else. I really don't. I think Hegseth enjoys himself. Bobby Kennedy. Did you see President Trump walk by Cheryl Hines, Bobby's wife, and just ignore and then came back and said, I'm sorry. How did you miss that? He's giving people the impression that he doesn't like women or something. I don't think that's true, but you can't do things like that. It's not the end of the world, but still. But the bottom line is we're going to have to win these elections. That's it. And we can talk all day long about stuff, which is fun. There's some fun. Rosie O'Donnell wants to come back so much. Now she's talking about Lyle Menendez or something. She has no idea what's going on. You got Diddy's cases coming up. That's going to be kind of fun to talk about. You got some other little things that are going on. We got this helicopter project. But let me tell you something. Israel and tariffs, to complete waste of time. And you got these people all of a sudden who was like, yeah. I would have loved to have asked if I were Joe Rogan talking to Smith or whatever. I would have said, what do you want Douglas Murray to say? What is your goal here? Do you expect him to say, you're right, it's genocide. Okay, I'm sorry. This is where I've said, that's enough of this. That is enough of this. Well, did he be televised? No, because it's federal. No televised courts in federal law. Nope. So that's the way it is. That's the way that's what it's all about, my friends. So anyway, it's just so great. I'm back. I've got my sleep schedule back a little bit. It was very, very odd, very, very strange. It's weird going in, at 1:30 in the morning and then in New York because everybody's bouncing around and partying and crazy. It looks like noon, except that it's dark. But in any event, I want to thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for always being a part of this whole crazy, wacky thing of yours. You're beautiful people, all of you, sincerely. I mean that sincerely. I mean that. So Freddie Haddad, thank you so much. Soul and Andrew Hessing, thank you. You all are just beauteous. So remember, we're going to win this thing, but let's remember this. The theme is, let's make sure we focus on stuff that really matters. Okay, dear friends, don't forget to follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. Don't forget to follow me at Lionel Nation, which is what this is, and Lionel Legal. And until then, my friends, remember these good and noble and great words. Monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you.